Hello all, this is Charvak Lokayata and I welcome you all in today's new video. In today's new video, I will actually discuss about another Facebook post which tells there is embryology in some Hindu scripture, Bhagavad Purana in this case. So I will delve into this a little bit critically and rationally speaking. So while I don't want to put down anything here, but what I would definitely put is certain logical reasonings from my point of view, and why it's better to stick to the modern science and the modern embryology rather than any religious text. So do like, share this video, comment on this video, subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon for notification if you haven't. And wherever you see such Facebook post, I request you all to share my videos debunking this. That's the critical part and that's what is needed. Let's spread the word of rationality, humanism and scientific temperament. Okay, so here is what the post says. Embryo development stages described in chapter 31 Bhagavad Mahapurana. Okay, so the problem here is Bhagavad Mahapuran, point number 1, has 12 books. So author of the post doesn't mention which book it is, point number 1. Point number 2, India is not the only place which probably would have even discussed about embryology. You had ancient Egypt, you had ancient Greece as well discussing about it. Point number 3, most of the Bhagavad Puran is after 6th century. I mean, post-Buddhist, post-Jain. Point number 3. Point number 4 to keep in mind is you cannot reject, you can consider Takshila. So we had Takshila University. Naturally, various scholars would have exchanged their knowledge. Those are the 4 points to keep in mind when you look at this post. Let's look at embryology. Is the branch of animal biology that studies prenatal development of gametes, fertilization, and development of embryos and fetuses. Additionally, embryology encompasses the study of congenital disorder that occur before birth, known as teratology. So, modern talk about embryos and embryology is way more advanced. We can even detect diseases even before a child is born. We are developed that much ahead. We can discuss about gametes. We can discuss about the DNA and all those things even more in detail. That's the beauty of modern embryology and why this needs to be embraced rather than sticking to older ideas. Here is the thing. First is morula, blastula. From you get to gastrula with blastopore. Then you get ectoderm. Then you get endoderm. And from endoderm, the fetus starts developing. So this is how the modern process is viewed, and all this has been viewed through microscopic and accurate views. That's the beauty of modern embryology. So I will actually tell a little bit about slight history, how it began, the modern day embryology. Okay, and I'll also discuss the ancient ones. The early embryology was proposed by Marcello Malfighi and known as preformationism. Theory exists that organisms develop from pre-existing miniature versions of themselves. Aristotle proposed the theory that is now accepted, epigenesis. Epigenesis is the idea that organism develops from seed or egg in sequence of steps. Modern embryology developed from the work of Carl Ernst von Baer through accurate observations had been made in Italy by anatomists such as Aldrovandi and Leonardo da Vinci in Renaissance. As you can see, Ernst von Baer actually developed modern embryology. Accurate observations were made by Leonardo da Vinci and Aldrovandi in Italy. So this is another thing to be kept in mind. Epigenesis is one of the commonly accepted theory right now. However, I would like to add what were the prehistorical parts which were there apart from India. Knowledge of placenta goes back at least to ancient Egypt, where it was viewed as a seat of soul. Again, the concept of immortality of soul is a stupid idea, but nonetheless, there was an Egyptian official with the title opener of the king's placenta. An Egyptian text from the time of Akhenaten said that a human originates from the egg that grows in the women. You have a citation here, A History of Embryology, Cambridge, Joseph Needham. One can even refer to that in case they forget it. Do it. Now here I'll come back to the text of Bhagavad Puran. Now, because in the post it says Bhagavad Mahapuran, one needs to look at the dating. The date of composition is probably between the 8th and 10th century. Manuscripts survive in numerous inconsistent versions, revised through the 18th century, creating various recensions both in the same language and across different Indian languages. So most likely it's in 8th and 10th century text, Bhagavad Mahapuran. Most likely with the manuscript evidence and linguistic research which we have. And 8th and 10th century, not a big thing. I mean, most of the Indian text like Puranas, the Bhagavad Gita, and even various Upanishads were written after the Aristotle and after the era of Mauryan dynasty, many of them. So it's not a big thing. And as I said, there is Takshashila University where exchange of knowledge is always happening. Then you have, now here is the text from Bhagavad Mahapuran, and actually it comes from the third book. I had to research the Bhagavad Mahapuran to get this reference. So again, here again the concept of soul is somehow added. The soul enter into the womb of woman through particle of male semen. So that makes the soul as a material object. Have you seen a material object soul entering it? Again, that contradicts their theory. And first night over mixes, so again all the development. This is from the third book, chapter 31. I am going to put the reference. So even though author did not say where they got that from, I am saying. And in fact, author does a very worse job of posting such things on social media. One would have expected him to quote from Sushrut, who was from 4th, 5th century AD, or quote from Garbhopanishad in case he wanted to, which is also a much later Upanishad, most probably post-Buddhist Jain. So with this I come to the end of the video. Do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Comment on it if you like to. Okay. Just wanted to emphasize that we were not the only civilization discussing about it. Various other civilization also discussed. Ancient Egypt, ancient Greece also discussed. We had Takshashila University, so one can understand that where exchange of knowledge could have happened. With this, bye. Thanks.